So a while back, I did a poll to find out what music production platform you guys were on. And while Ableton was #1, FL Studio came in as the second most popular platform. So I finally got my hands on a copy of FL Studio thanks to the kind people at ImageLine. So today I'm going to be making a classic R&B Jungle track on FL. By the way, I hate saying the word DAW, so I'm going to be referring to it as a music production platform. Learning a new music production platform can be a challenge. You may have to change up your workflow and learn new shortcuts. However, I think it's a great way to train your brain, and the more platforms you learn, the more versatile you become. You can then collaborate more readily with other producers. While I've only played with FL Studio a number of times 10 to 15 years ago, the platform has become ever more popular these days, especially in the trap community. There are also a number of notable drum and bass and dubstep producers who use FL, so I certainly wouldn't look down on it. Whether you like Cubase, Logic, Bitwig, or FL, every platform has its benefits, and in the end, it's just a tool. It's all about what you do with it. And there's no discrimination here, unless you think a tomato is not a vegetable. Comment down below and let me know what music production platform or DAW you want to learn. By the way, my name is Stranger, and if you want to improve your music production, especially with dance music and drum and bass, then this channel is for you. And if you like today's video, then hit the like button. It lets me know to make more videos like these. Alright, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm going to start with adding a breakbeat. I'm going to work with a break called the Sesame Street break right now, also known as the copter break. So this file has been pre-cut for me. I'm just going to right click and choose the Fruity Slicer. Let's duplicate this pattern. It's Control B to duplicate, and let's change this bar up. Control drag to select, Shift and drag makes the copy. Let's make another copy. And let's copy this one more time and make a 8-bar loop. We'll change this last hit here. I'm going to rename this pattern to copter, and let's create a new pattern, and we're going to add another break. We're going to look for my hot pants. Does anyone know where I left my hot pants? Luckily, I have a breaks folder here. Never leave home without your hot pants, everyone. Slice this to Fruity Slicer. I'm going to remove the kick and snares. And then fill the gaps with the shaker. All right, we're going to layer the two patterns using the arrangement view. Now make sure your patterns are looping. So this button here ensures that the pattern loops when you stretch it out here. And we're going to go to song view. And we'll do the same with the hot pants. So my hot pants was not looped, so just make sure it's looped. Turn it on here, and then you just got to flip back and forth. Then you can stretch it. Now we want to send each instrument to its own channel, so you could do this. Just drag up. This sends it to insert 1. You can send this to number 2. So if you bring up the mixer here, right click, solos. So I'm just going to take this hot pants and I want to EQ it, get rid of that low end. Just add a high pass. That's good. And for the Sesame break, I want to, again, add some EQing. First, get rid of that bottom end, that rumbly stuff. Maybe boost a bit at the top. We'll add Diablo. Just clips the signal. So you can add some punch to it. I just like how clipped drums sound. Now I just want to edit the hot pants break a little bit. It's just not hot enough yet. So you can bring up the Fruity Slicer and there's some parameters to edit the break here. You can pitch shift or time stretch it. So I'm going to pitch it up a bit. Add some bit reduction to it, make it sound a little more old school. Love this Samplex plugin. Nice way to dirty up a break. That sounds cool. Yeah, I like how that makes it sound brighter and chunkier. Why don't we add that to the Sesame break too? Now you can change the order of the plugins just by doing that. Sounds better already. The signal's kind of hot, so let's adjust the mix. Alright, liking my breaks so far, so let's add some bass. By the way, most of the breaks that I'm using today can be found in the link below. Let's go and start a new channel. I'm going to call this 808. And this 808 sound can be found in my gnarly Serum preset pack. If you don't have Serum, there's a wave-only pack as well if you're interested. You can find out more about it in the link below. So the way Fruity Loops works is it shows steps, and each step is a 16th note. So 4 bars, 4 times 16 is 64. Serum just needs a bit of more dirt. I'm gonna add some saturation. Let's add another bass sound. We're going to interchange this. I'm going to add another bass. And I really should rename these guys so it's easier. If anyone knows how you can make this a 4-bar loop without having to go into this channel rack, let me know. It would improve workflow. Also, if anyone knows how I can, when I flip into the key roll, I want it to go immediately to the instrument that I want, which is fuzzy wobble, but for some reason it always goes to the first one. All right, sounded good so far. Let's add a vocal to make it sound a little more jungle style. I have this vocal here. It's a Mary J. Blige sample. And first and foremost, it's actually at 190 beats per minute. And I need to bring it down. So click on this button, fit the tempo, and hit 190, which is its BPM. And it stretches it to match your tempo. If you're a FL expert, let me know if there's a better way to do it.
We are lovers true and through, and though we made it through the storm, I really
Big up Mary J. Blige. I'm a big fan. Now we're gonna send this to channel 6 on the mixer, and then we're gonna process it a little. Let's get rid of those bottoms.
We are lovers true and through, and though we made it through the storm, I really want you.
And let's add some reverb to it.
We are lovers true and through, and though we lead me towards a
I'm hearing amen on that section. Does anyone feel like some amens? So really learning a DAW is just learning about the workflow and remembering the shortcuts and functions. At first it's tricky, but once you get to know those two things, you're flying. Shouts out to 0 who gave me this amen sample. Oh, since that's nice and beefy with that amen, let's process it a little bit. We need some saturation on that amen. Got one more sound I want to add. Let's add a laser. And I just know what sample to pull, and big up Skitty for the Soundboy sample pack. I'll add this at the end of a 4-bar loop. And I want that sample to end, so we gotta fix its release. Get rid of that release. And every time I open up an instrument, I can't hit space to replay because it's focused on the plugin. If anyone knows how to resolve that, let me know. So we just made a clone of this copter pattern, and we're gonna add an edit here. I just got this one extra idea. I'm gonna change up the bass between the verses. So the verses, I'm gonna just have the 808 playing, and I'm gonna have a bit of glide between the notes for some funkiness. All right, so I adjusted the mix a little, and then we have this arrangement where we switch between two bass patterns. So let's check it out from the top.
We are lovers true and through, and though we made it through the storm, I really want you to realize, I really want to put you on. I've been searching for someone to satisfy my every need. Won't you be my inspiration, be the real love that I need? I'm searching for
All right, so we got some classic jungle here. Anyone have a lighter? All right, so this is my first full out track using FL Studio, and honestly, I had a lot of fun. It was a bit tricky at first trying to get the workflow, but once you get the workflow down, it's smooth sailing. All right, so that was a fun and challenging exercise, learning FL, and it definitely felt like it was working my brain. But once I learned the main functions of the platform and a few key shortcuts, it became easy to get my ideas down. FL users, what did you think of my process? Was there a better way I could have done things? By the way, if you want to support me, I have a number of products. You can pick up my gnarly serum preset pack. I also have a couple Ableton project templates you can use to jumpstart your next idea. However, if you're not ready yet, you can pick up my free serum pack as well as my free sample pack. Alright, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep practicing, and I'll see you at the next video.